Thank you all for coming down here. So, my name is Sangeet. I am primarily a music producer and I own a media production house called Ioverse Productions. And we have a studio underneath it. It's called Studio IO. And we are here primarily to promote a single that we released recently. It is a rendition of very famous folklore that we all have been very familiar with if you are from a Odia household, which is Dho Re Baya Dho, and we made a modern rendition of it. And it's an independent release that we are pushing out from our own production house. And right now, we are trying to promote it as much as we can. And we are here today at Mutt headquarters. And so this song was created, composed by Major Saheb here, aka Saurav, and he's going to talk a bit more about the song. And we're also going to have a bit of one-on-one conversation on how we came to meet each other, how this song came into being, and yeah, a few more details about how the industry is coming up these days. So yeah, over to you.
Yeah, I think this entire journey of writing the song, incepting it properly, and taking it to the levels that IO has taken it, and the entire journey has been quite superb. Actually, it has been a learning experience, and especially I think with the reception that we got, the kind of things people have been saying about this song. I think, Sangeet bhai, do you think that we should give them a glimpse of the song first?
Yeah, we should perform it.
So this song is called Re Baya Dho, and it's a lullaby that a mother is singing to her son. So this is how it goes. অনেই চুপ কাইরা তেরে তো ঝুরি ହେଇ କାଲି ସକାଳକୁ କାଲି ଉଠି ବାବା ରାଗି ହେବେ କେ ରାତି ଅଧେ କାହିଁ ଚେଇଥିଲୁ ଆଜି ମେଘ ତାରା ଅନେଇଶ ନିଜ ରାଗରୁ ନିଦ ସଜାଇଥ ବାଇୟା ଧୋ ଘରେ ବାଇୟା ଧୋ ଧୋରେ ବାଇୟା ଧୋ ରେ ବାଇୟା ଧୋ ରାଗି ଗଲୁ କାଇ ରାତି ଠାରୁ ମନ କଥା କାହିଁ ଲୁଚେଇଛୁ ରାଗି ହେଇ କଣ ପାଇବୁ କି କଣ କରି କାହିଁ ରୁଷି ଗଲୁ ନିଜ ରାଗରୁ ନିଦ ସଜାଇଥ ରେ ବାଇୟା ଧୋ ଧୋରେ ବାଇୟା ଧୋ ଧୋରେ ବାଇୟା ଧୋ re baiya dho. Dhore baiya dho, dhore baiya dho, jem kiyari re gahana mandiya sei kiyari re so. Dhore baiya dho, dhore baiya dho, rati pahi gale baiya sibo akhi buji dehi so. Re baiya dho, 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 dho re baiya dho, dho re baiya dho, re baiya dho.
Thank you so much. Why don't you explain everybody here how you came about this song? What was the inspiration behind this song when you wrote it?
So, actually, this song is not my first Odia song. It is kind of like my fifth writing writing job as a Odia songwriter.
Yeah.
But the interesting part about this was I had this tune in my head that I knew that it's going to be a lullaby. I knew it's going to be Dhore Baya Dho, but I did not know how the song structure is going to work out. What am I going to say? Because I am not a parent yet. So how do I conjure that feeling that I am a parent? But then I always knew that my mom, the kind of feeling she had for me, I knew that it is going to be based around her because it's a very personal thing that me and my mom we have this nok jhok wala relationship, and I know for a fact how much love she carries for me. It's visible in her small actions that she does for me. In fact, when I had written my first Odia song, Bhogo Koran Odia, that was also an ode to my mother. As Deepsha very rightly said, it's a bhajan for mother. And it is actually like, so I know that I have that part in me. And whenever I write, accessing that part of my memory, I tend to always get very emotional and very somber. It just dawns over me that how can I write about her? How can I imagine missing her?
Right.
So that's a very difficult feeling. But in this particular thing, I knew that the metaphor is that Dhore Baya Dho used to be so easy. As a child, it used to be something that puts us to sleep very easily.
Right.
But in the world of today, when we grow up and we have n number of interactions in a day with different kind of people. Some are going to be like maybe we're bothered with some interaction in the traffic circle or something like that. We have interaction with our bosses. We have interaction with the shopkeepers. There are so many things that if I treat myself as a modern child, not as an adult, if I'm just a child who's grown up, and these things they press on me, and I think that this generation, like our generation, we sort of resist growing up a lot.
Yeah, true.
And because of that, all these things they affect us artists emotionally a lot. And we tend to lose our sleep over these things, and we tend to be very emotional, and we tend to let it out through some sort of expression. So this was my expression. I knew that when I had a very hectic day or a very pressure filled day, and I used to come back home, my mom would know by my expression that okay, isko abhi baat nahi karna hai iske sath, otherwise he's gonna like explode or something like that. So her actions so subtle, and एक दो एक्शन के साथ ही I would understand कि you know what, you have been a child, okay, she's doing so much things for you. And so those actions I remember, she never used to tell me कि क्या हुआ, मैंने कौन है ची किसी कथा है कि do you want to talk. We never had that sort of a relationship. She used to do small things and I used to understand कि you know what, I'm home, I don't have to worry about anything else. So that feeling, that particular feeling, I had to conjure it somehow. So these words were never spoken by my mom, but I imagine her actions, if that could speak something, then it would be this particular song. It would be this exact words. It has to be these lyrics that I have developed for this particular song. So I remember that when Sangeet bhai like he had expressed some interest in making this IO original series, and I was so happy the day he told that I'm going to make something like this. And Sangeet bhai, would you like to say how we met?
So I met this guy. He was opening for us in Dot Fest. I had a show with my band, with a collective, and this guy reached an hour late, and he was stuck in a traffic, and he comes out of nowhere and he starts singing a song about traffic jam. So I was like, okay, this guy has some audacity to come over the stage and make fun of the situation. But yeah, that's how I got to know him. And we met at the studio and he started playing his compositions to me, and I was literally blown away. And I recorded the demo of this song, the Baya Dho, and the song just felt complete like a lullaby with just his voice and the guitar. So I just warned myself that don't do anything with this song that would just rip this apart. So we recorded the first demo, and the first person I made it hear is my mom in the car. We were going somewhere, and I asked her how is this song, do you like it? And she said that it's sounding good by the way it is. What have you done in it? I was like, I have to produce it somehow, but I have to maintain the integrity. And when I finished the song, I hope I did justice to it. I tried to capture the essence and the emotion that Major had to convey in the song, and sort of add a modern touch to it, so that the generation who hasn't been introduced to Dore Baya Dho will actually hear this song and will make it their sleep song, their go-to song when they go to sleep. It should be the last song in their playlist. And I tell everybody that if you're having trouble sleeping, you just have to go listen to this song, and it's gonna guarantee you that you're gonna fall asleep, because I listen to so much music on a daily basis. It's hard for me to fall asleep without something going on in my ears. I don't even like silence that much when I'm sleeping. So this is the song that after years I figured out it's making me sleep. So the first reaction when I finished the song, and I called Major up and I was like, this song is making me sleep. It's working. It's working. We have to push this out.
But Bhai, I would like to add something that you were saying earlier, that your journey with Dore Baya Dho, I have seen personally, and every day I think I used to ping you, Bhai, what's the status?
Every hour. Every hour.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was super excited because this was like kind of my first thing that I was doing properly within Odisha and all. And I was really excited. So I really pinged him, really bugged him. Okay, what are we doing? What is the progress? What are you thinking? But he managed to get his own space, his own time. But I got to know how difficult it was a producer's job. That
Tell me about it.
I remember that you were saying that I'm really confused that the song is sounding like it belongs with the acoustic and everything.
Yeah.
So how do I add something onto it? You want to say, how did you find the sound? How did you discover that this is how you should go about it?
It was, so you had already laid the groundwork I just had to create some additional elements that won't interfere with what you had delivered when you were recording it. So instead of going the whole our very standard inclusion of instruments when we do an acoustic set, like a cajon or a guitar and all of that, I was thinking beyond that. Like, this song may be a lullaby, but we have to represent it in the form of a soundtrack. So it
Right.
should be cinematic. It should take people on a journey.
Right.
For those of you who don't know, we have released a lyric video where a lot of work was put in, but it
Yeah.
kind of shows the kind of mental state we were in while we were making the song. And yeah, so it was a journey for me, and I kind of divided the song into three parts, and I kind of focused into each part individually. And the first part was just all you and your guitar, and in the end, it was a proper conclusion to a journey that started with your raw delivery of the song, and it ended quite magically, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The first time I made it, I was like, okay, if it was not a regional song, I would have definitely put it out for some award consideration. But no, that's it's just the start. I think you have what it takes to be the next big thing that's gonna come out from Odisha in terms of independent singer-songwriter
Thank you.
scene. And I hope you have more such hits and people recognize your potential of what you have in store.
Thank you.
I hope I can give my best in whatever things we collaborate.
Yeah, I will.
And for people who don't know what independent scene is basically music that is released individually by artists without the help of any professional record label. And it's a movement that we are sort of creating, and also we are a huge part. We play a huge part in headlining those events and the releases as a collective, as an artist collective. So my job as a music producer, as a studio, is to churn out that kind of content that would resonate with people who have disconnected themselves with Odia music, authentic Odia music. And it's my job to find these talented people who are there in a bunch, in abundance out there in this city and in this state, and to get these hidden gems out there. And I hope the people of this state kind of help us uplift this movement, and we sort of create a dent in the music scene in the country.
I think by what IO, working with IO has been like for me is, I felt it's not a publisher, it's not a record label. I felt like that because publishers and record label, what they do is they do the job for you,
Yeah.
right? But this experience, being a songwriter and a partner in the song, as a co-artist in the song, and being able to take the song from its nascent stages to the market out there, that entire journey, no songwriter in no independent songwriter in Bhubaneswar or anywhere in the country, they have to go through a very big sort of a they have to go through a rite of passage. They do not know, like me being a songwriter, why this particular collaboration has helped me, how it has helped me. I know it, and I want to impart this knowledge to other people by letting them into collaborating with producers like you.
Thank you so much.
Because
but
this-
yeah, that's the goal. That's
Exactly,
the goal.
because it has not been something that you do a service for someone. It's a entire journey. It's a learning process. How do you? Because people write the song and that's it. I was like that for a very long time. I was like this, that I used to record songs and I used to send it to my cousins and my friends, and they used to tell me ki, what are you doing with these songs? Why is it not out there? Because I did not know how to put it out there. And this entire experience of after writing the song, you need to do this, you need to go through production, you need to what is mixing, mastering, how does it enhance your song, what are the different guidelines of different markets, how do you sell your song, because song consumption of song nowadays is very different, because it's, I feel it's very two-dimensional. Earlier we used to go into a store, we used to physically hold a cassette, we used to hold CDs, we used to insert it, we used to click on the play button. And that itself used to make us feel very connected. And nowadays it is very much like it's a link somewhere. And that link redirects you to somewhere, and it all happens internally. It has made so much convenient for us, but equally it has disconnected us.
Of course.
Very much.
There's a huge disconnect in how artists and as consumers of music we should approach music, since everybody wants everything for free these days.
Yeah.
Both the consumer and the artist, in my opinion, have to come halfway and help each other out.
Right.
The consumers by spreading the word about local talent and artists that they support,
Right.
and also the artist by making something that the consumer should engage with.
Right.
It's not like you just make things that come to you internally. It has to be presentable in a way that the average mass should be able to consume it and sort of spread the word as well. So there's been a huge disconnect in that regard in our industry.
Right.
I think so, after working here after some years. But yeah, I think my goal, and I think the artist fraternity's goal, is to sort of bridge that gap and get these untouched compositions and melodies out there, and in a way that would seem as authentic and as effective as what record labels are doing in their space. So yeah, I mean, and on that note, please go and stream this song on Spotify or any other audio platform that you guys engage in, and also the lyric video on YouTube. Do save it, do share it, and I say this to everyone: your family WhatsApp groups are the best place to share this song, because everybody connects with this song and everybody has a story attached with it. My uncles and aunts who have not spoken with for many months and many years, they are texting me, this song made us remember our own childhood, and that's how my mom used to sing to it, and you have done a great job. I was like, all credits to this guy and the way he has presented it.